But I call 2009 the second best year of my life. I mean, 2011, the second best year of my life, because I've just seen God do so much for me this year that I can't even fathom why. Or I've just seen myself soar in ways that I never thought possible. And just so many things happened to me this year. In April, I was on Oprah's finale weight loss show, one of her finale shows, and that blew my mind. Because of that show, I've met an amazing group of people who, for the first time in my life, I was around people who understood my journey. Like in my life, in my world, in my surroundings, I don't know anyone who's lost at least 100 pounds naturally. I know a lot of people that are obese. I know a lot of people that are overweight, but I don't know anyone who has done this naturally and who has stuck to the journey. And so as much as I have a support system here, I didn't have a system of support of people who understood what it was like to walk this thing out. And so just even having the opportunity to go on that show and be a guest on Oprah's show was an honor in and of itself. But the biggest part about it for me, the biggest blessing for me, were the people that I met. The men and women who get me. I don't know another way to put it, but to say the men and women who get me. And they have become, some of them have become like family to me now. And it's just, I don't know, it's blown my mind. In April I was on Oprah. In May, I did a half marathon. I'm telling you guys, I've always felt like there was a runner in me, but I mean, run a couple steps, my calves are burning me, my shins are burning, like I'm out of breath just walking upstairs. And I didn't think I had it in me. But I look up and I'm like, I did a half marathon. 13 miles. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm the girl who stopped. I quit so much in life because I didn't think I could do things. And I didn't think I could do well at them. Things that I perceive to be difficult. People look at me and say you're successful, but I'm talking about things that I thought was difficult. I thought this was impossible. And I'm like, I'm an athlete. You know, I'm not the strongest. I'm not the most athletic. But it doesn't matter. I have no one to compare myself to but me. And I could look in the mirror and say, I'm an athlete. Something I've always wanted to be, and something I can say that I am now. I have a lot of work to go. I have a lot of more training and discipline to build in myself, but you know, it's all about perspective and your mentality, and that drives me. If I could wake up in the morning and say, I can do this, then I can do it. And that is simple as that. I'm not saying the steps are easy, but that's the mentality that I've had to have in order to get through this thing. This summer, I engaged in my first weight loss challenge, and I won. That was crazy because after already losing like 150 pounds or whatever, it's like it's very difficult to win a weight loss challenge because your body is not losing at the same pace. But I set out to win that challenge and I won. This year I turned 25. I'm like, it's a quarter of a century. Like, I mean, I really felt like I had missed out on so much of life, but I realized that my life has just begun. And I turned 25 this year, and I have reset the entire course of my life by deciding to fight obesity in my life and to change my perspective on myself and what I can and can't do. And so to say I turned 25 this year, to me, it's not like, oh, I'm getting old. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so young. I just turned 25 and I get to reset the pace of my entire life. I'm honored by that because it didn't have to happen. God didn't have to reach me when he did. at the age that I was when he grabbed my heart and said, "This is it." And so for me, I'm humbled that he was very patient with me, and that he took the time to pursue me, and to make sure that it clicked for me. And I realized that it clicking for me is not just about it clicking for me, but it's about clicking for you guys. And that if my life can be a testimony that this thing can be fought, then that's what it was for birth. That's what it's all about. He grabbed my heart at 21 so that for the rest of my life I can show you guys that nothing is impossible. That, you know, just like Jeremiah and all of the other men and women in the Bible who were young when God called them, it wasn't because it was cool to be young and serve Jesus. It's because it was crucial at that season in their life for them to be a testimony to their generation. And if God can use my obesity to win souls for Him, or more so my decision to trust Him to conquer in what seems like the impossible in my life, to be ministry for someone else, then it's worth it. It's worth it. Every single tear, every drop of sweat, every time I don't want to eat well, every time I don't want to go to the gym, every time I don't want to share my struggles or my highs and my lows, if that means another man and another woman is going to decide to start their journey, then it's worth it. It's time. It's time for you guys to live and stop just existing. It's time to live. I engaged in another weight loss challenge. Some of you guys saw that. Won second place in that. It's been crazy. During that challenge, it got me to a total loss, is what got me to the total loss of 175 pounds, which is a huge milestone for me. Like I said, I didn't think I could lose 5 pounds. It's major. It is major for me. Also, I graduated like less than a week ago with my master's. Actually, a little bit over a week ago. December 16th. Today's Christmas, or it's probably like the next day, because it's probably like 1 o'clock in the morning while I'm taping this. If there's anything that I can leave with you guys, it's honestly that you need to give yourself the chance to dream. You need to give yourself the chance to flourish. You need to give your dreams an opportunity to come about. But the only way that happens if you remain consistent and determined and focused, and that you push and you endure. This race is not given to the swift, but to those who endure. I've met several people that have gained and lost and lost and gained and gone through this cycle because they want a quick fix. And I've learned over my 4-year journey that the only way this is going to last is if you see it as a lifestyle. You see it as a relationship with God. You see it as a part of who you are. Meaning that for the rest of your life, you determine in your mind that you're going to live healthy, and you're going to do what it takes. And you're going to trust God to empower you with every decision. Don't get overwhelmed with the bigness of what may seem to be what's before you. Just focus on that next decision. Focus on the step that you're on, because making the right decision in this moment is what's going to get you to your ultimate picture of where you want to be or how you want to be. If God would have told me at the beginning that it would take me 4 years or whatever, I probably would have said, nah, I'm good. But no, I love Him because He's such a God that gives you what you need in that season. And what I needed in that season was a breakthrough. What I needed in that season was just to make a decision to change. I didn't need to see the journey. I didn't need to see what lied ahead. I needed to know that I can trust Him, and that He would take care of me, and that my life is not a joke to Him, and I'm His child, and that no matter what, He has my back. And if that's true, then it doesn't matter if I can see the future, because He holds the future, He holds my life, and if I trust Him, I just take the next step. I just take the next step. And taking the next step after the next step after the next step is what has gotten me to a loss of 170 pounds. That's it. There's no magic pill. There's no trick. You can't buy this. You have to live it daily. So as I look back over 2011 and I see how good God has been for me, my charge to you is to trust Him. My charge to you is to stop making New Year's resolutions after New Year's resolutions after New Year's resolutions. Stop making goals. How about you start, pick up on some of the old goals you quit on. Stop saying what you're going to do. Do it. Stop waiting for Monday to come to start over. Do it now. Stop waiting for another time to come for you to live. Live now. Now is all that you have. Now is all that we have. And I don't know how much more I can express to you or show to you that's how urgent your life is. Whatever your thing is, your thing may not be food, your thing may not be obesity, but whatever that thing is that has hindered you, that has convinced you that it's impossible, that thing is what you need to hand over to Him. I'm not trying to preach to you guys. I'm just trying to tell you that this has been my life. I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about the girl who got cars that she couldn't even fit seatbelts in. Okay? Getting on airplanes that I can't fit seatbelts. Refusing to go to amusement parks with friends because I can't fit the rides. I mean, every decision of my life was dictated by my obesity. If I walk into a room and I have to figure out the pathway that I'm going to walk down, the aisle that I'm going to go through. If I go to an event, can I sit in a chair and it hold me up? I mean, those are just the physical things, not to talk about the emotional and the mental drain and wear and tear. But if I serve a God that said He sets the captives free, that He heals the brokenhearted, that He redeems, that where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty, that He can restore the years that were sown in tears, that my best days are yet to come, that a life lived in Him is worth it. If I can grasp that enough to trust Him in this moment, if you can do that, I don't know. If you could just do that, you'll be sold. Taste and see that the Lord is good. That is what I want to leave you with in 2011. I look forward to 2012 and all that God has for Watch Queen Lose. There's so much that I have, planned for 2012 and just blowing this ministry up, because I see this at my life is ministry. Ministry is not what you do; it's who you are. And when you're a kingdom of a citizen of God's kingdom, you live it. It's the essence of who you are. And it drives. It's your motivation. It drives you daily. Say, God, how can I serve you today? How can I be a vessel to you today? How can my life show somebody else that you're worth trusting today? I hope that's what you guys get out of my videos. Not just a food plan. Freedom. Life. Hope. Victory. That's what this life is about. That's what a life lived in God is about. My voice is going out. It's late. I'm tired. I love you guys. I thank you for the support. I thank you for everything. For supporting Watch Queen Lose. For supporting me. For encouraging me. And just, hey, for even watching this. You can be doing something else with your time. But I just pray that my life is a blessing.